Good morning, everybody. It is Friday, and I'm calling today Friendship Friday. That's right. Today is Friendship Friday, and I'm going to talk to you guys about all stories that have friends involved. And as you can see, Sparky's looking a little laid back today, and he's pretty happy to be Friendship Friday, aren't you, Spark? Come and say hi to everybody. Are you happy for Friendship Friday? Me too. Friends are good things to have, aren't they, Spark? Yeah, they are. I'm happy to have my little friend Sparky here with me today. He wants to wave hello to everybody. And we're going to get started with a story from Shel Silverstein, shall we? Yeah? Okay, sounds good. Why don't you sit on back here and we will get started. So we're going to start with Where the Sidewalk Ends by Shel Silverstein. And the story is called Helping. Now, there is no picture for this one, just a story. Oh, I know, Spark. Spark likes all the pictures, but this one is a fun one, so I think you'll enjoy it. Agatha Fry, she made a pie, and Christopher John helped bake it. Christopher John, he mowed the lawn, and Agatha Fry helped rake it. Zachary Zugg took out the rug, and Jennifer Joy helped shake it. Jennifer Joy, she made a toy, and Zachary Zugg helped break it. And some kinds of help is the kind of help that helping's all about. And some kind of help is the kind of help we all can do without. I think that's pretty funny, isn't it? Do you like that one, Spark? Yeah. Poor Jennifer Joy. She got a broken toy because Zachary Zugg helped break it. But that happens sometimes, doesn't it? Sometimes when you're friends, things break. I know that when I was a little girl, I had a Barbie kitchen that I loved, and I had one of my best friends in all the world came over, and we were playing with it. And you know what? It was not her fault, but somehow it broke, and I remember feeling like, my friend broke my toy. But, things like that happen. So let's get started. Actually, when I think about it, I think, Spark, it might have just been out of batteries. Anyway, I could still play with it. Well, what do we say? Hello, everybody. So let's wave. Hello, how are you all? Hello, how are you all? Hello, how are you? I'm just fine today. I'm glad to see you here today. I'm glad to see you here today. I'm glad to see you here today. I'm so glad to see you. Okay, so what do you say, Spark? It's Friendship Day. So if you got somebody close to you, it could be a stuffed animal, it could be a sibling, it could be a parent or a guardian, it could just be a friend. Give them a hug if you feel like it. Give a hug to someone you love, and give a hug to someone you love. Give a hug to someone you love. I'm so glad to see you. And if you feel like it, it could even be a hug to yourself. What do you say? We skip around the room. I love to skip. Skip, skip, skip around the room, and skip, skip, skip around the room. Skip, skip, skip around the room. So glad to see you. Okay, let's do this. Let's stretch really tall. Stretch, stretch, stretch as tall as you can. And stretch, stretch, stretch as tall as you can. Stretch, stretch, stretch as tall as you can. I'm so glad to see you. What's that, Sparky? Of course I didn't forget. Sparky's like, are you forgetting about the funny faces? Absolutely not. Let's do this. Little pony voice says, funny as you can. Like a party, how funny as you can. I'm so glad to see you. Thank you for reminding me. That's what friends are for. Okay, let's wave hello. Hello, how are you? Oh, hello, how are you? Oh, hello, how are you? I'm just fine today. Well, good morning and hello, and thank you for inviting me and Sparky into your home or your pocket or your device. And we're excited because today is Friendship Friday. I love friends. Friends are very, very special and very, very important. Sometimes we want to be alone, and that's okay. But a lot of times we want to have friends by our sides. And sometimes friends do really special things for us, like surprise us with treats and food and toys and games or songs or laughter. You know, friends are great to have. Now, I have a story, speaking of friends, that comes to me from my friends Gabriella and Lillian and Rosanna, and this is a book called Come Sit With Me, Making Friends on the Buddy Bench. And I gotta tell you guys, I had never heard of a buddy bench before, and I don't know if you've heard of a buddy bench. Had you ever heard of a buddy bench before? Huh? Have you, Spark? No, Sparky's never heard of a buddy bench before either. Well, we're going to learn all about it, okay? Yeah, so the buddy bench is something that is really, really cool, you guys. I'm very excited about this. This is by Crayola, in fact, and it's called Come Sit With Me, Making Friends on the Buddy Bench by Tina, it's either Gallo or Gallo, by Tina Gallo, illustrated by Luke Seguin-MaGee. So let's get started, shall we? Come sit with me, making friends on the buddy bench. I kind of like these pictures. They remind me of Dave Pilkey's stuff. This is by Tina Gallo and Luke Seguin-MaGee. Today is a big day at school. We are going to make a buddy bench. Looks like a special day at school, doesn't it? Everybody's got paintbrushes coming out. What is a buddy bench? If someone is feeling sad or lonely, they can sit on the buddy bench. And when you see someone sitting on the bench, then you can ask if they would like to talk or play. Isn't that a really cool idea? We are going to paint our own bench so everyone will know it's a buddy bench. What color should we paint it? I like the fact that everybody has their smocks on because nobody wants to mess up their school clothes, right? I love that. This is Sophie. She kind of even looks like me, huh? She wants to paint the buddy bench violet and green. Those are her best friend Gina's favorite colors. Gina moved away last year. Every time I see the buddy bench, I will think of Gina and smile, Sophie says. That's a nice reason to paint it those colors, isn't it? This is Max. Max wants to paint the buddy bench white with red stripes. Those are the colors of my baseball uniform, Max says. Playing baseball is my favorite thing to do. If the buddy bench is painted by my team colors, I'll be happy every time I see it. This is Emma. She thinks the bench should be yellow. So do I. That's my favorite color. Yellow is the color of the sun, and we should be able to sit on the buddy bench and talk about anything under the sun, she says. I like that idea. This is James. He wants to paint the buddy bench aquamarine. Can you guess why? He loves being at the beach. Seeing the color of the ocean always makes me happy, he says. I wonder if James is a surfer dude. Think so? He might like my shirt. This is Jessica. Jessica wants to paint the buddy bench orange. My cat is orange, she says. I always hug him when I feel sad, and it makes me feel better. Cats are good friends, aren't they? There are so many great colors. We don't know which one to choose. Which color is the best one for our buddy bench? What do you guys think? White or yellow or purple and green? Maybe red or orange or aquamarine? So many good colors. What color would you choose? What color, Spark? Well, we're going to find out. Our teacher has a great idea. We don't have to paint the buddy bench one color, she says. Why don't we use them all? We like that idea. She sounds like a very good teacher, doesn't she? She sounds like a really good teacher. Our teacher smiles. I have another idea, she says. Let's show that we all had a hand in painting this very special buddy bench. She dips her hand into her favorite paint color and she presses her hand against the bench. Her handprint is on the buddy bench, and we all do the same thing with our special colors. Do you notice everybody's wearing a glove so they make sure they don't get paint all over themselves? Or school when they go back in. We love our buddy bench, and we hope kids will remember to sit on the buddy bench if they feel sad or lonely. Everyone needs someone to talk to once in a while. Look at that fabulous buddy bench, you guys. And that is the story of the buddy bench. Now, what's really great about this book is that in the back of it is the history of the buddy bench. And look at all those different buddy benches. What this was, this is really interesting. A little boy named Christian was going to be moving to Germany, and he was very sad because he was afraid that he was going to be all alone when he moved to Germany with his family. And what ended up happening was they started to look through all these brochures about what schools Christian could go to. And one school in particular had a buddy bench. And it explained that anybody who was lonely could sit on the buddy bench and somebody would come over and sit down and talk to them. And that's how you could make friends. Well, he thought that was such a great idea. And what ended up happening is his family didn't move to Germany. And so when they didn't move to Germany, he went to his school, where he went to school in America, and he asked the principal if they could have a buddy bench. And from there, the idea grew and grew and grew and spread. So evidently, a lot of schools have buddy benches. If you have a school that has a buddy bench, leave it in the comments, because I think that's really, really neat. So there you have it. That is Come Sit With Me, Making Friends on the Buddy Bench. What a fun idea, huh? Well, I have a really fun little song, and it's about making friends and keeping friends. And like I said, sometimes you want to be alone, and that's okay, but sometimes you want friends. And this is a song about having friends. And I would love it if you would dance with me on this one, because this is a fun get up and go song. Here we go. It goes like this. I don't walk alone. I don't walk alone. I don't walk alone. I have my friends. I don't walk alone. I don't walk alone. I don't walk alone. I have my friends. All my friends, they walk with me. Walk with me. All my friends, they walk with me. Walk with me. I don't sit alone. I don't sit alone. I don't sit alone. I have my friends. I don't sit alone. I don't sit alone. I don't sit alone. I have my friends. All my friends, they sit with me. Sit with me. All my friends, they sit with me. Sit with me. I don't need alone. I don't need alone. I don't need alone. I have my friends. I don't need alone. I don't need alone. I don't need alone. I have my friends. All my friends, they eat with me. Eat with me. All my friends, they eat with me. Eat with me. I don't play alone. I don't play alone. I don't play alone. I have my friends. I don't play alone. I don't play alone. I don't play alone. I have my friends. All my friends, they play with me. Play with me. All my friends, they play with me. Play with me. I don't read alone. I don't read alone. I don't read alone. I have my friends. I don't read alone. I don't read alone. I don't read alone. I have my friends. All my friends, they read with me. Don't you guys? You read with me. All my friends, they read with me. That's you too, Sparky. I don't sing alone. I don't sing alone. I don't sing alone. I have my friends. my friends. I sit with all my friends. I eat with all my friends. I play with all my friends. I read with all my friends. I sing with all my friends. I sing with all my friends. I walk. Well, there you have it. Again, remember, it's okay if you want to sit by yourself sometimes. It's okay if you want to eat by yourself sometimes. But sometimes it's better with a friend. And the next story that I have here for you, this is called Best Friends, and this is by Steven Kellogg. Steven Kellogg is one of these books. I have had many stories by Steven Kellogg in my life, but sadly I haven't got them in my own library. But I love his illustrations. I think that they're really wonderful, and his stories are great. But the illustrations are the thing that really get me about Steven Kellogg's work. And so I'm going to try to get the pictures really close for you. Sometimes friends can be hard. Sometimes they can be the most wonderful gift in the whole wide world. Sometimes they can be hard. And this story tells a little bit about when it can be hard to be a friend. This is called Best Friends by Steven Kellogg. Isn't that an amazing picture? The two little girls on the horse. Best Friends, Story and Pictures by Steven Kellogg. And there's our two girls. For Emily and Amy, with love. Look at that gorgeous horse. That's a gorgeous horse. Louise Jenkins and I love horses, but we aren't allowed to have a real horse. I said, let's pretend the stallion is named Golden Silverwind and he lives in a stable between our houses. Louise loved that idea. Let's show you the picture here. Let me get that in there real close so you can see these great pictures. I'll try to show you one page at a time. At school, we pushed our desks together. And we played on the same team. And at lunch, we shared our chocolate milk. Chocolate is Louise's favorite, and it's mine too. They certainly look like they do a lot of things together, don't they? After school, we pretended that we rode Golden Silverwind. Our magic witch hats gave us the power to make our neighborhood anything we wanted it to be. You'll have to take a peek at this picture. This picture is amazing. There's so much stuff in there. There's a carnival and a hot air balloon. Oh my goodness, and a water slide and a dragon boat. My goodness, take a look at that one more time. Isn't that an amazing, amazing place to live? Wow. And after dark, when it seemed to be haunted, we weren't scared as long as we were together. We were best friends. Isn't that a nice thing? How sometimes when you're scared, if you got a friend along, it doesn't feel quite so scary. I know that feeling. Summer came, and so did Louise's aunt and uncle. They took her to the mountain resort for a vacation. Louise told me that she didn't want to go. Oh, it'll be awful, she said, and I'll miss you every day. When she left, our neighborhood turned into a lonely desert. That can be such a hard feeling, can't it? When you lose somebody that you really, really care about. If only Louise would be able to escape. I even wish that she could get a contagious disease and then they'd let her come home and I wouldn't be afraid of catching it. I'd nurse her back to health with chocolate milk. You certainly do have quite the imagination, these two, don't they? I missed her so much. I wish that Golden Silverwind and I could rescue her. Finally, I got a postcard. It said, Dear Kathy, this place is terrific. Yesterday I saw 3 deer behind the lodge, and there are lots of kids my age, and Aunt Pat and Uncle Bart take us camping on Pinecone Peak. I hope you're having fun too. Love from your friend, Louise. Later, I heard Mrs. Jenkins say that Louise had made lots of new friends and she was having the best summer of her life. It wasn't fair. She wasn't lonely like me. She wasn't missing me at all. Louise Jenkins was a traitor. She was the worst friend. Ooh, this is a hard time. Whoop, wait, I'm gonna get the right picture. Wait, there it is. It's very hard sometimes, especially when you're the one left behind and left alone. I wish that a volcanic eruption would blast Pinecone Peak into pebbles. She's angry, isn't she? And that happens sometimes with friends. Mom told me not to be jealous of Louise's new friends. And later she said, I heard that the house across the street has been sold. Maybe there'll be someone your age in the new family. I prayed for 50 kids my age, 50 new best friends with real horses. When the moving man came, I asked him, how many people are in the new family? He said, 1. I asked him if it was someone my age, and he said, nope, it's Mr. Jode. He's 72. Oh, 72. This was the worst summer of my life. The new family was one old man. Mom said that we should be good neighbors, and she sent me to invite Mr. Jode for a cookout. They do sound like nice neighbors, don't they? When he saw my witch's hat, he said, oh, I wish you'd use your magic powers to help me find some good home for the new puppies that Sarah is expecting. Oh, look, he has a dog, and it sounds like the dog is going to have puppies. I ran home to Mom and asked if I could have one, and she said yes. I couldn't wait to have a puppy of my own, and if Louise Jenkins ever wanted to play with it after she got back from Pinecone Peak, I'd say, never! That would fix her. Do you ever get so angry that you feel that way? I know I have. Mr. Jode and I talked about how much fun it would be when the puppies were born. I told him I wanted a spotted one just like Sarah. Oh, the first spotted one will be yours, he promised. One day, Mrs. Jenkins showed up and she said, I understand that your dog is expecting puppies. I'd like to reserve one for my daughter, Louise. Uh-oh. I couldn't stand to think that Louise was going to get one of Sarah's puppies. I told Mr. Jode that I would keep all of them. It really is hard being jealous, isn't it? Mr. Jode said, oh, 3 years ago, Sarah had 8 puppies in one litter. Would your mother want that many dogs? I had to admit that 8 dogs would drive my mom crazy. Look at all those puppies. 8 puppies would be a lot of work. Mr. Jode asked me if I was afraid that Louise wouldn't give her puppy a good home. I had to admit, she would. Mr. Jode asks good questions, doesn't he? A week later, Louise came back. Her mother had already told her that we were both getting puppies, and she was all excited about raising them together. Next, she started talking about all the campouts at Pinecone Creek and how her uncle and aunt had already planned a return trip for the following summer. I pretended to be very interested in my book. Yeah, that's really hard. It's really, really hard. And then she told me that she was so glad to be home and that she had missed me very, very much. She had brought me a red Pinecone Peak sweatshirt, a sparrow's feather, a rock collection, and a whistle on a lanyard that she had woven herself. I told her how much I missed her, but I didn't tell her how mad I'd been. It seems that Louise was thinking a lot about Kathy, wasn't she? If she collected all those things for her and made her all those things, she was thinking about her all the time that she was gone, even though she couldn't be there, and even though she was having fun with other friends. I took Louise to meet my new friends. I knew that they would all like each other, and they did. I said, "Aren't Sarah's spots beautiful? I'm going to get the first puppy that looks like her." A few nights later, Mr. Joad called to say that Sarah was having her puppies. By the time we arrived, one puppy had already been born. It was brown. Mr. Joad handed him to Louise, saying, "When he grows up, he'll look just like Sarah's mother." Sarah went to sleep. Mr. Joad and Louise made hot chocolate, and I tried to think of a name for her puppy. I couldn't wait for mine to be born. Sarah slept for hours. Finally, Mr. Joad said, "Oh, it looks like there's only one puppy this time. Well, Sarah's never had such a small litter." Uh-oh. Can you see a problem that might be happening? I felt awful. It wasn't fair. Louise got to spend the whole summer camping on Pinecone Peak, and now she had Sarah's only puppy. It certainly feels like poor Kathy is having a bad summer. Louise said, "I think the brown puppy should belong to both of us. We could name him Golden Silverwind." That's a pretty good idea. Mr. Joad said, "I'll build him a doghouse between your houses, and Sarah and I will help with the training." And when I got home, I kept thinking how lucky I was to have a special friend like Louise. I was already worried about how much I would miss her when next summer came around. But at least this time, when she was camping in Pinecone Peak, I would have Golden Silverwind all to myself. And that is the story of Best Friends by Steven Kellogg. That's one of the things about being a friend, is that sometimes you have to work through those hard times. That's what makes you a good friend. Well, Sparky, this next song is a friendship song. Will you help me? Because there's no guitar. So you can help me with this one, all right? This is called a repeat song. So I'm going to sing something, and then you have to repeat it back. Okay, Sparky? All right, here we go. It goes like this. I said a boom, chicka boom. 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 I said a boom, chicka rocka, chicka boom. I said a boom, chicka rocka, chicka boom. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Oh yeah, oh yeah. One more time, baby style, baby style. Said a boom, chicka wah. 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 Boom, chicka boom, chicka boom, chicka wah. Said a boom, chicka boom, chicka boom, chicka wah. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Oh ho, oh ho. One more time, cowboy style, cowboy style. I said a boom, chicka rope. 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 I said a boom, chicka rocka, chicka rope. I said a boom, chicka rocka, chicka rope. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Oh yeah, oh yeah. One more time. Motorcycle style. Said a boom, chicka vroom. Said a boom, chicka vroom. I said a boom, chicka vroom. Said a boom, chicka vroom. Said a boom, chicka rocka, chicka vroom. Said a boom, chicka rocka, chicka vroom. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Oh yeah, oh yeah. One more time. Janitor style. I said a broom, chick-a-broom. I said a broom, chick-a-broom. Said a broom, chick-a-broom. Said a broom, chick-a-broom. I said a broom, push a broom, chick-a-broom, a broom, chick-a-broom, chick-a-broom. Oh yeah, oh yeah, uh-huh, uh-huh. One more time. Underwater. Here we go. I said a boom, boom. Said a boom, chicka boom. I 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 said a boom, chicka boom. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Oh yeah, oh yeah. One more time. We're done. Oh. Very good, Sparky. You're very good at that. All right. We are going to do one last story. You ready, Sparky? Mm-hmm. This is from A. Milne's When We Were Very Young, and it is called The Christening. Want to sit up here? Whew, you're tired out, aren't you? That was a hard song to sing for you. Whew. The Christening. And I'll show you the picture here. There you can see. Looks like Christopher Robin is looking at the table, and it looks like there's something on the table. Can you see it? Very, very tiny. So you're going to find out what it is right now. What shall I call my dear little dormouse? His eyes are small, but his tail is enormous. I sometimes call him Terrible John, 'cause his tail goes on and on and on. And I sometimes call him Terrible Jack, 'cause his tail goes on from the end of his back. And I sometimes call him Terrible James, 'cause he says he likes me calling him names. But I think that I shall call him Jim, 'cause I am so fond of him. I remember when I was a little girl, I used to have a mouse that was a friend, and his name was Mouse. All right, are you ready, Sparky? It is time to say goodbye. I can't believe it's the end of story time already, and I cannot believe it's the end of another week. Can you? So Sparky is going to hop right on in here, and he's going to help me play the guitar. Right, Spark? Mm-hmm. Okay. So we're going to say goodbye, everybody, but we'll be back on Monday, right? We'll be back on Monday with more songs and stories and maybe some games, all kinds of fun stuff. Right, Spark? All right. Let's get the guitar and let's sing goodbye. Whoop. Oh, goodbye, Jalen. Goodbye, Madeline. Goodbye, Isabella. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye, Maya. Goodbye, JC. Goodbye, Delilah. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye, Ollie. Goodbye, Danny. Goodbye, Travis. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye, Trevor. Goodbye, Tristan. Goodbye, Helen. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye, Lily. Goodbye, Allie. Goodbye, Bella. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye, Gabriella. Goodbye, Lillian. Goodbye, Charlotte. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye, Shelby. Goodbye, Francine. Goodbye, Frangelica. I'll see you all next time. Well, thank you, everybody, for joining Sparky and me. We had a great week this week. We had a super fun time with you, and we will see you next week. Bye, everybody. Let's give a high 3 from Sparky and a high 5 from me. And if you want a hug, take one hand and put it on a shoulder, and the other hand, put it on the other shoulder, and squeeze really, really tight. That's a big hug from me and Sparky to you. Have a great weekend, everybody, and I will see you soon.